Debra Eckerling, welcome to my living room.
Thank you. Very happy to be there.
Oh, well, where are you zooming in from?
I live in Los Angeles, so
Oh, very cool.
I'm at the other ocean.
Yes, exactly. I know that you might be on the other side of the country, but we're pretty much in the same boat right now with COVID-19, with rising cases, mandatory masks, delayed lockdowns, right?
Well, and in the case of Los Angeles, they went for, we went to safer at home, and now things opened up and they closed back down again. So I've just kind of been staying put. I want to wait until it's a little bit calmer out there, and then I'll consider, you know?
Yeah, no, it's so hit or miss, and it seems like there's no normalcy in sight. But we trek on, right?
Well, we have no choice, right? I mean, we could sit at home and be like, oh my goodness, really? Or we could say, oh, I'm at home. I could do things, which is really kind of, if you're there, because obviously you have to get there emotionally because it's like such a big hit. But once you're like, okay, I've adjusted, I'm no longer having panic attacks 3 times a day, I want to do something, then you should do something. I mean, this extra time is like a gift, right?
Yeah.
You should choose it, use it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are the founder of the DEB method or DEB method, and you're also
Right?
the author of your goal guide, which I found really, really interesting when diving into it because I loved like the opening pitch that I got in the mail. Why July is the new January. And don't we all need a reset button? And July 1st felt like a really good time to do just that.
I was so thrilled to get your response because I'm like, yes, she gets it. Because for a lot of people, the first half of the year was like a throwaway. I mean, we just when we got all ramped up, lockdown, businesses closing, stores closing, you had to kind of like go into your little cave. And over the last, I'd say month or so, we've, I don't want to say adjusted, but we've adjusted. I mean, this is life right now. If you want to stay healthy, you have to stay in, or if you go out, you have to use precautions and be really careful and safe. But really, safer at home is safer at home. But since we've gotten through the shock, now, okay, great, midpoint in the year, let's just forget the first half of 2020 ever happened and start from scratch, set those New Year's resolutions, and there's still plenty you can do. And in some cases, there's more you could do when you're stuck at home because you don't have the commute. I don't want to say you don't have a pesky job. I mean, I hope people are employed. And if you're not, there are a lot of opportunities to find work because you're at your computer, we're all connected. And you just kind of have to say, okay, what am I going to do with this gift? I get to start the year over. What can I do to make my 2020 like good? Or
Yeah.
great, even better is great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you want to know what's weird though? I don't know why. Like, normally, I'm always very organized with my New Year's resolutions. I have a really clear sense, and I don't know, maybe this is the psychic part that we're all born with, but I didn't like get my goals on paper for 2020. And I guess because maybe my sixth sense knew they would be all shot to hell anyway. But now that, we have a little bit more clarity of at least what the rest of the year is going to look like, what are some of your tips for making that, those mid-year resolutions?
Well, I think it kind of goes back to the DEB method. And this is my system for helping you figure out what you want and how to get it. Because that's the biggest challenge with goals. People don't take the time. And look, we've got this great gift of time. You could take the time now to figure out what you want. So just real quick. So the D stands for determine your mission. And it starts with visualization. And granted, that's a little off kilter now too. We can only visualize so much in advance right now, but we can still think about, okay, what do we want our life to be? Do we want to be a best-selling author? Do we want to write a hit screenplay? Do we want to own a successful business? These goals, even though we're in the era of COVID, they're still possible. And look, you have extra time to work on them. So start by visualizing, okay, in my perfect world, whatever that happens to be, what am I doing? What's making me happy? And from the visualization, you want to write your current bio and then your future bio, where you are, where you're going, and then your mission statement, because that's really your focus. It's the culmination of your special skills and who you are, what you want, and the important element of how you help others, and how that kind of drives you to move forward. So my mission is pretty obvious. It's to help as many people as possible figure out what they want and how to get it. And then from the mission, you go to the motto. And my motto is goal setting simplified. So everything that I do, whether it's an article or a book or a webinar, all of my tips are really simple because the process is going to take some focus and energy. Figuring out what the process is shouldn't. So when you go through the steps, and you know this is all in my book, it will really help you cull down, okay, this is my mission, this is my motto in life. But then what does that look like? So then you get to the E, explore your options. Okay, well, you want to be known for bringing great conversations to people. So great, you could do this video, podcast, through books. There are a lot of different options you could do to make your mission a reality, to like get to Goaltopia, as I call it. So explore your options is the research phase. So look at the different things, and I'm going to back up to this in a second because I've got an exercise that I love to help focus with whether you're trying to figure out your mission or what your options are. So you go explore your options, you narrow it down, do some research, figure out what's going to take, and then you can say, okay, this is the route I'm going to take, this is what I want. And then you go into brainstorm your path, and that's, you want to write out all of your goals, big ones, small ones, reach goals, easy goals. You have to put the easy goals in there because we want to start with wins. And then you organize everything together, and then you can map out, give yourself a process, deadlines. Like I said, simple. But back to your question, if you're like a blank slate, and you're like, okay, I've got all this time, I have all these things I love, I don't know what to do, the best place to start is with what I call directed journaling. And it's focused brainstorming. So you want to, if you're starting with your Goaltopia, what does this look like? That's the question you're answering. If you know what Goaltopia is, but you don't know how you want to express it, that's what you're going to explore. And this is how it works. You want to do like 3, 4, 5, 15-minute appointments where you're just brainstorming the answer to that big question.
Yeah.
But the trick is you don't want to look at any of your brainstorms until you've done it 3, 4, 5 times, because the gold is in seeing what you just laid out there when you're just free thinking. So you may think you want to do one thing, but through your directed journaling, you only mentioned it 3 times. But maybe that when you were a kid, you always wanted to become a chef, and that showed up in your directed journaling like 20 times. Oh, I want to write a cookbook. Oh, I really want to explore this side of me. Well, you're at home. There's lots of education on videos. You can pick up stuff, whatever it is, whether you're looking to extend a hobby or start a new business or explore a new career. We are fortunate. I mean, the times are tough, but we're fortunate because we have technology and we can learn pretty much anything, or at least the starter phases of anything that we want to accomplish just by being connected. So you want to start with that visualization, that all important, okay, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want to be thinking at the end of the year? What's going to make me really happy if I accomplish that goal? Start small, or you can start big, either one. It's all really to you. And then think about what your options are to make a piece or all of it happen by the end of the year, and then make a plan.
Those are such great tips. I want to know, how did the Deb method change your life?
Well, I created the Deb method using the Deb method. So
yeah, exactly.
it starts with, and this has long been a philosophy. I don't tell people to do anything that I don't do myself. because if it's going to work for other people, it's going to work for me. Or that sounds backwards or forwards. I have been leading goal setting groups for years, and I'm a freelance writer. I do communications work. I've done a lot of different things over time. And a little over 2 years ago, one of my big clients went away, and I said, okay, this is an omen to really go all in on my goal coaching, because I do believe that's my mission, is to help people find their power, find their joy, figure out what it is that they want that can make not only their lives better, but other people's lives, the lives of people around them. So my name, fortunately, works very well with the workshops and the philosophies I've been teaching and coaching for years. It was amazing. I'm like, use my name. It's perfect. Determine your mission, explore your options, brainstorm your path, because that really is the key element. Is you can't reach your goals if you don't know what you want. And you can't really figure out your goals unless you give yourself the gift of time to explore.
Yeah.
And we have, like I said before, we have extra time. Even if it's little bits of time every day, you want to figure out your new path. It all adds up.
It all does. And even your name all adds up. It was written in the stars that this is what you were meant to do, right?
I like to think so. Thank you.
This was so great, Deb. Thank you so much. And you definitely gave me motivation to tackle the next half of the year with gusto, despite all of the challenges that we are all collectively facing. Where can people find out more about you?
Okay, well, you can go to thedebmethod.com. That's my business coaching, whatever site. If you want to learn more about the book, you can go to or call your favorite bookstore, or yourgoalguidebook.com, yourgoalguideroadmap.com. They both lead you to find more about your goal guide, a roadmap for setting, planning, and achieving your goals. And I'm like everywhere on social media. So please find me on LinkedIn, find me on Facebook. I've got my other website is Write On Online. My goal coaching started out with a live writer support group and kind of evolved to this. So there's the Write On page on Facebook, and then the group for connecting with others. And then the Deb Method, there's a Facebook page, and then a Your Goal Guide group. So people who are going through the book can connect and ask questions and share their process. And I lead a Twitter chat and a Facebook Live. I'm like everywhere. So just like Google me or look for the Deb Method and find me and connect and say that you met me here. Because I love making new friends. One thing that you also saw in the book is networking is really a key part of reaching your goals, because you need people. You need resources. Your people know people, et cetera, et cetera. So please reach out, connect. And the other thing with your goals, just remember you can do it. Might seem slow, but if you really keep that focus going and do a little bit every day or every other day, it really will make a difference.
Yeah. And this is the great time to network right now, because people are sitting at home, they're dying for human connections. And I can't even begin to count the different people I have met since March, albeit online, but still, I mean, from all over the world, people are down to talk with you, informational interviews and whatever conversation you want to have. People are out there and they want to talk to you as well. So that's great advice, Deb. Thank you so much. This was great fun.
Well, thank you. It was fun for me as well. I'm thrilled to have another awesome person in my network as well.
Yes, I look forward to connecting with you on all of your social medias after this interview.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And everyone watching, thanks for watching, and good luck. Remember, you can do it.
Yes, good luck. Thank you. Bye.